Hey there, YouTube. It's Petey Two Finger, and we're here talking about the Psychodots. So, Bad Bob was just interviewed by this interviews. There's no T in it, and I'll leave the link in the description. I have all of the Psychodots recordings, and I've got a lot of their bootlegs too. This is Bob. He's the bass player from this band. There's another band that's Bad Bob. He's from Ohio. This guy plays with his fingers. He's like a real talented bass player and songwriter. And he was in this band. These three guys, they were the Psychodots. They're called the Raisins. And then they played with this guy Adrian, and that band was called the Bears. So the original band was called the Raisins. That's these guys, and like they're back together now doing a thing. But this guy Bob here, he was the best dude to pick for this long interview. The other guy Rob, he seems to be a little bit more reserved. He doesn't want to give it up. Where Bob, um, Bob is the guy that wears the Sid Barrett T-shirts to the gigs. Rob wears Jimi Hendrix T-shirts. He's the lead guitar player, so that should help fill you in as far as the T-shirt regalia. Now, this band, they were the best band, my favorite band of my life. These guys are great. There's a real lot of incredible music from these guys. A lot of it's really inspiring lyrically. And I made a comment about this guy holding this flag like he really earned his right to carry the peace flag because he wrote these songs that were about world peace. And it wasn't corny, it was good. Now, we lost Chris, which really sucks and makes me angry. However, this guy's still here and this guy's still here. I just read this interview. Man, this is a great interview. This interviews, it's long and he really dishes it out from top to bottom. Um, Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Bob, for being as cool of a person as you are. Bob is just an absolute gem of a human being. He really is. Bob Fetters has these little like Saint Ain't and like he's wearing putting devil horns on and all that. And that may be to cover his tracks because he's like really flawed and that he well, I don't want to go personal on these guys because one thing they'll tell you about meeting your heroes, sometimes it's better not to. But in the case when I met these guys, I got to tell you that Bob is class act, and one of the how they say musicians are like down to earth and they're like regular people. He's beyond that because he's like just an awesome human being, and that comes through in the songs that he writes as well. There's something about this guy's songs, and it was a shame when I read some of this stuff in here, like he said in the band Psychodots. These two guys didn't want him singing. Even though he was writing a bunch of these great, great songs. Fetters would sing them. Now, there's some like Animal Heaven. I've heard Bob sing King of Beers before, but the album version, Fetters singing, and I got to tell you, I like the Bob version better. Now, it's also, you have to understand, Bob's voice works really well under certain conditions. So there's a range, and like meaning if he writes a song for himself to sing, he can usually pull it off singing it. But he's not trying to sing unbelievable high notes like this guy does. So like if you're familiar with like Warren Zevon, uh, I could compare like a little bit of Warren's style vocalizing to this guy, how he sings. Um, Animal Heaven being a real standout track But as far as the peace flag goes, Robobo's Beef and Not Worlds Apart are two just absolute hymns that you would think was something that would be passed down over a generation of sacred religious texts. But it's just a song this guy wrote. He wrote Trust, the song Trust, the Bears song Trust. And how many people covered that? How many bands played that? And what an incredibly great song that is. So yeah, I'm a huge Psychodots fan. Today I wanted to focus on Bob because it's tough to have a favorite Psychodot. It really is. All three of them are so talented, such great players, and Rob is such a motherfucker guitar player. He does these magic tricks in his guitar solos with like reverse solos and shit. And so that's like that's like alchemical, borderline demonic psychic mind control that this guy can do. And I guess he's been that good since he was like 15 years old, this fucking guy. Anyway, yeah, it sucks. R.I.P. Deathy, I really don't want to comment on that. It's not for me to comment on. I'll just say that it made me angry. It made me angry. And, I'm sober. I don't drink alcohol. I used to. I used to love it. And I quit because I knew it was the best thing in the world for me to do because I wanted to live. And because I was able to do that, at this point where I stand here now, I'm angry. I'm angry at this guy who's no longer with us. He drank himself to death. How could I not be angry with him? He was so fucking talented. Anyway, I have all this band's albums. I don't have the official bootleg. Live at Ripley's. So it's History, White House Lawn, Don't Bury Me, Old Fashioned Girl, Every Day, Dark Inside. I'm not sure about that one. Bed of Nails, 6 Feet Deep. I Didn't Want to Kill You. That's got to be Deafy's song. Problem, Red Truck, Open Window, Great Communicator. This is a Bob song. A great, 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 great Bob song. Hope It Works Out, Lucky Me. You Will Never Be Satisfied. Age of Miracles, Human Being, Prairie Dog. You're Gonna Wish, Playing Dead, Feed That Chicken, Copy Machine, Joy and Madness. Another Reminder, Everything Is Gonna Be All Right. Enough, Mattress, Rabbit Manor, and Master of Disaster. Now, 5 of these tracks are acoustic. 111, let's see. So it's a red acoustic version of Red Truck. 112, Open Window. That's probably great. The acoustic version of. When they did the acoustic thing, Chris, our producer, would play a mandolin. 210, Another Reminder, and everything. Yeah, so the acoustic numbers. Usually that's like a bummer for me, but it's not with the Psychodots. They always filled it out. And like Bad Bob would have some kind of sick fretless tone coming out of the PA. However, he did it different ways. So yeah, as of right now, it came out in 1998. So 27 years ago, this came out. I do not have a copy of this. And I've been like begging people. I've been like contacting people and begging people and trying to make this happen. Anyway, you guys, more recently, I was in a Goodwill store And I turned around, and in the CD rack, I saw this bright green CD, and there it was, an unopened, or it had been opened, but it had not been played very many times. A brand new copy of the Psychodots album. It was at the Downers Grove Goodwill on Ogden Avenue. Now, I bought this disc when it came out. I don't know if we had them ship it to us. I probably ordered it.
And it was a cassette.
Oh, I didn't have a CD, did I? We had a cassette. Well, you know what, Donna? We got a CD. We have a cassette and two CDs of this.
Originally, we
All right, video wrecker, please. Anyway, Bob had mentioned in the interview that he really likes On the Grid. The second album. That this was the one that he really liked. How 90s is that, huh? So there's a Kinks cover. This is a Bob song. This is a Bob song. And this is a Bob song. And this Standing 8, like this CD is this is phenomenal. This is a phenomenal disc. And the first one has a little bit of this production on it with the gated reverb. But it's unbelievable too. Forget the production. The first Psychodots CD. Trust me, it's a perfect gem. I would have given it 5. I'm here on Amazon and it's my review. Isn't that weird? Best band of all time? Question mark. Definitely not. Best banter? Question mark. Never. But the Psychonauts are definitely number 2. I mean, the Beatles. So yeah, that was a nice thing for me to say. So there you have it, straight from the horse's mouth. The Psychodots, not the best band in the world, but definitely number 2. And it sucks I don't have a copy of the official bootleg. But that's the way the cookie